Yeah.
Now, on today's episode, we're going to be reviewing 4 newspapers: The Punch, New Telegraph, News Direct, and The Daily Times. Now, Mr. Patrick, we're going to start with The Punch. And the major headline here says, Traders lose as Naira rebounds to 720 per dollar. Now, we got a wind of how the Naira has suddenly appreciated a bit to the dollar. And they said it jumped from 910 Naira to 720 in 6 days. Now, what do you foresee?
I think the capture said traders. That means those the BDC guys. They incur a lot of losses as a result of rebound. But on the positive side, I think those who are outside, as in those,
so it was disadvantageous for.
It's two sides of a coin. Two sides of a coin. But to look at, when you look at it further, I think it's for how long we and CBN be doing this as in defending as in Naira. I think they should come up with a policy, a sustainable one, because this, for me, this is just a temporary relief something. This is not the first time that Naira will rebound, that will slump again maybe in the next couple of weeks. But we should look we should look at the whole picture. How are we going to strengthen the Naira as in permanently, as in that will be as in, because even at 720 is still on the higher side. It's still on the higher side, because when this administration came on board in 2015, we were exchanging a Naira to dollars. The exchange rate was
less than
200 Naira then, and even at that, I could remember vividly that even APC used this to campaign that for how long we, as in, even at that 200 Naira that time. Compare it now to 720. At 720 is still.
At some point it got to 910. Over 900 Naira.
At some point it was even heading to 1,000 to 1,000. But even at this what I'm saying now, even at this 720, there is still nothing to be, as in to roll out drum and be celebrating that Naira is being exchanged for 720 Naira. Is still on the higher side. As in, what we should be looking for now, we should be looking for how to straighten this currency, because things are not easy out there. Because
I remember some of the campaign promises that this administration was how outrageous we were buying dollar at the time.
Yes, and that was at 210 that time.
It was even less than that, about
187. I remember I saw that was the big board that APC said
180
for how long?
For how long?
So if you said something like that 8 years ago and you promised us that you are bringing a change, as in a positive change.
No, they said change, so we're not sure if we're not sure which direction.
Maybe it's negative.
Whether it was a positive
or negative change. But if you said you are bringing a change at 189 Naira per dollar in 2015, so we should have expect, even if you are not going to make it a Naira to 1 Naira equals to $1, nobody is even expect, but we should have expect, even if you are not going to, as in something, nobody see this something that will be exchanging Naira at 720 Naira per dollar is outrageous. But I think the policymakers should sit down and reflect, how are we going to strengthen this currency? Because the value of our currency, honestly, is nothing to write home about. When you go to market, you buy something of, as in, if you remove 20 Naira from that your 1,000 Naira that you are holding, before you know it, you just spend it on. You will now be asking yourself, did I lose money?
This rebound of Naira was attributed to the EFCC clamped down on bird.
Yes. You trust Nigerians. Some people have already forecasting that thing will eat as 1,000 Naira. Some people have already stocked it so that they will make so much money. I think we should commend EFCC for swinging to action, and they did what is necessary. But beyond that, I see all these things as panic mayors. as in what is the permanent solution to this problem? How long will ESCC be running after the BTC guys? But we should rather be looking at the permanent solution. How are we going to strengthen this currency that will make it more valuable? That is what we should focus on. That is what CBN should focus on. The attention of CBN should be and you cannot even as you can see. We are just blaming the BTC guys. You cannot blame them. You cannot blame them because they are businessmen. They
are businessmen. But how do they source for their dollar? They get it from the CBN.
Is it not, the CBN weekly? The CBN allocates dollar. There is a window. The CBN have a window where they allocate dollar to them. See, instead of all these things, like what I said earlier, they are businessmen.
Way that CBN
will regulate their activities. The black market price. You know there are various windows where you can exchange dollar. You have the BDC market. You have the what do they call it now? There's another market that if you are going to school now, you are going to school, you want to pay school fees. There is another rate that CBN. There is another rate. There is another window.
Through commercial bank.
Through commercial bank. Do you know that you can actually? There's a lot of shady deals are taking place. You can actually, at official rate of CBN, it's not 720. It's about 400 and 400.
Even the official rate of the CBN is on the high side.
Let's look at let's compare.
Let's compare it.
The official rate. Okay. The official rate is about 450, 470. I think. Do you know that there is a way some people in-house there, in-house? I mean, those who are insider, you can actually get that price, as in that naira at that dollar at official rate of 440. Pay them, get the dollar, and sell. As in, you don't get what I'm saying. You can make a lot of money from that business. You can just, as in, there is a way that you can get the dollar at that official rate at that 440 and sell it again over black market rate. Why can't we have a uniform, as in a uniform price, as in a flat rate for it, instead of having 3 different windows where you have a black market window, you have for when you want to pay school fees, and there are so many windows that why can't we have a uniform, as in a uniform market for it, where you can have access to equal, instead of having different regime, different window. As in, it doesn't make sense like that. I could remember that even the vice president was talking about it recently, that we should have a uniform price.
One of the shortfall of the CBN. I mean, CBN is to blame for all of these lapses that we have.
Yes, I agree with you that CBN should take responsibility, because that is their primary responsibility. They should take responsibility for this. But beyond that, the value of your naira also, as in the value of your currency, what determines the value of your currency is what you are exporting. As in what you are exporting outside the country, that is what will bring foreign exchange to you. Now ask yourself, what is Nigeria exporting apart from crude oil? Apart from the crude oil, what are we exporting again? What is bringing the dollars to us? Is the crude oil, and even the crude oil, we are not even refining the crude oil here. We take it outside and we bring it back. As in, a lot of factors are responsible for the dwindling currency. As a lot of factors, as in, we are not exporting what we should. As in, we look at our agricultural sector. What are we getting from the agricultural sector? Are we doing what we are supposed to do? As in, how many do we even have? What do we even have the industries? As in, a lot of factors are responsible. If you want your currency, as in, to be valuable, that you must do a lot of structural adjustments to it to make it valuable. As which we are not doing that. And the CBN is as if they are asleep. Maybe they don't know their responsibilities again.
We're making up excuses for them, saying they don't know their responsibilities. Maybe they know. They should know their.
They should know. Well, that is their primary responsibility. Their primary responsibility is to bring out a policy that will make our currency more valuable. It's as if these days it's as if this their new currency of a thing that they are designing. Maybe that one is not a premium thing. I don't know. But I think they should be up and doing, as in, sit up and make this currency more valuable than it is now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick.
Thank you.
Now we'll head over to New Telegraph, and the headline here says attacks. INEC calls for emergency security meeting today. Now INEC has claimed that it has lost a lot of its buildings and over 1,138 poll materials in Ogun and Oshun. So what statements does all of this attack on INEC? I mean,
Yes,
we have the 2023 election in a
coming
few
up.
months.
I don't know. Before this is not the first time that INEC office will be attacked, will be set on fire, all those things. And that usually happen in the southeast. We always attributed down to unknown gunmen of a thing in the southeast. But I was taken aback recently when I read in the news that even in Oshun, INEC office was attacked in Oshun, I think, Ogun in the last, maybe we need a space of 48 hours of 18 few days, as in, I don't know. I don't know what will be. What's the correlation? What
is the motive?
What is the motive behind those attacks? Because the election will be coming up February next year, and here we are discussing about we are discussing about INEC office being under attack, under siege. What is the correlation? What will they stand to gain by attacking INEC office? Because in this office, it's not that you have sensitive material there, as in you don't have polling what do they call it now? Ballot papers are not there, as in all those sensitive material are not. It's not, they are not there now. So why will you now go? What could be the fact? What would be the motive that? So as in, I think INEC should, our security agencies they should do more to secure those places, as in, because we cannot afford.
Now they claim about over 65,000 PVCs have been destroyed in this attack
alone. So these are the PVC, that will be needed, as in during for next year
in Ogun
in Ogun office. These are the PVC that will be needed for the 2023 election. I think the INEC should come up, as in should liaise with security agency on how to secure their office, because we cannot afford this trend to continue. They should find out, as a map out a solution on how they are going to secure these offices, because this thing cannot continue. How can let's even look at it. That means we don't even have security there before. Does it mean that we don't have security in all those INEC office? That is wrong, because as we inch closer to the election, a lot of things will be, as in, a lot, that all these bad politics, as in them not even time to, as in, time to bad politics, as a lot of, trust our people. We have a lot of, as in, INEC should also brace up, as in, security agencies should also brace. They should work together to secure the INEC offices and make it more secure, because we cannot afford these losses when, as in, the general election is upon us. It's just few months away. So they should map out a strategy on how to secure the offices.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for that. Now we'll move over to the Daily Times, and the headline here says, "We won't allow any online platform to plunge Nigeria into crisis." Now, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, at the third edition of the PMB Scorecard 2015 to 2023 program, said the federal government is monitoring the development of the change of ownership of Twitter that was just taken over by Elon Musk.
I thought we have moved beyond this. That is not our priority now. As in, I think that's not our priority. What Nigerians are going through a lot to be. I don't even
to be bothered
about what are we even talking about? What are they monitoring? The last time we had issue with Twitter, as in, Twitter was banned for almost 4 or 5 months, couple of months, and the issues, FG and Twitter they sat on the table. The issue was resolved, and Twitter was, as in, Twitter service was stopped back. I don't. Are we even? So what this change of ownership? What will it bring? As in, I thought FG should move beyond that and focus on issues that are relevant. Issues that Nigerians are going through a lot now. All this, the Twitter panel, as in the Twitter change of ownership of Twitter, should not be the priority of federal government now. I think we should be looking at different, as in we should be looking at different things, not important issues than this one. But beyond that, I also know that you cannot rule out the fact that a lot of Nigerians are on Twitter, using Twitter as in for business, for any other engagement also. And as we move towards to election, you know, the polity will be heated up a little bit, as in the tempo will, as in if the federal government is working with Twitter, as in to monitor 8 species, as in all those things, I think if FG is talking from that angle, I will understand that. But if it's about the issue that we've resolved, as in,
I think one of their reasons is to clamp down on the spike in hate speech.
That's what I said. False information, fake news. Yes, as we get close to 2023 election, and there will be a lot of fake news out there. A lot of, as the tempo will be, the tempo will be up again. So there is a need for FG also. I quite appreciate. Maybe that's where Lai Mohammed was coming from. The need for them to work together to put a stop to hate speech, fake news. There's so much fake news, disinformation going on. Yes. There is a need.
You know, especially the youth, a lot of them tend to believe whatever it is they see on social media, especially on Twitter. And they don't know. They need to verify some of these things before they believe in it. They have this head mentality where some of their faves, as they say on Twitter, would say something, even if it's wrong, they just go with it.
But it's not only in Nigeria that happened. Look at the role that, let me take it, the role that, you know, that Twitter play a significant role during the Donald Trump election, and the role Twitter play.
So do you think this is what the federal government is trying to avoid?
Yes, that there is a need. That's why I said that there is a need for them to work with.
As the 2023 election is
ahead, yes, there is a need for them. There is a need for FG to work with, as in those who are in charge of Twitter, on how to you cannot totally rule it out. Rule its fake news, hate speech, misinformation. You cannot totally rule it out because that social media of a thing you cannot control, as in there is no way you can as in control it. But there is a need for them to work hand in hand with Twitter on how to put, as in to minimize it as we inch close to 2023 election. I agree. If FG is talking from that angle, I quite agree with them that there is a need for them to monitor, because if we allow it to,
it might be detrimental
to as in you cannot to the 2023 election, and you cannot tell it might bring crisis which we are not praying for. So there's a need for them to work with Twitter to as in, so that we can minimize hate species and fake news and this misinformation as we inch closer to 2023 election.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Now let's talk a little politics. Let's speak about politics. Now, 2023 presidency.
Okay.
Buhari boasts of APC's victory. APC and Tinubu's victory. Now he says APC is very lucky to have Tinubu as its flag bearer.
I think that news is from News
Direct.
News Direct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's their caption, that Buhari boasts of APC victory
in 2023. Amidst all of the crises that we have in the country.
What, do you expect him to? This thing is. Do you expect him to? What do you expect Buhari to say, that APC will not win the 2023 election?
He wouldn't say APC will not win, but I mean,
yes,
there's so much hardship going on in the country. These are not the kind of statements that Nigerians want to.
Okay, what statement do you want?
Party people, APC,
party
members would want to hear that statement coming from
it's left for Nigerians to decide. But he is saying what is expected. Do you not expect him to say that I'm not sure of APC victory in 2023 election? he's supposed he's doing what is expected of as a party man to bring confidence, as in to as in so that
you're beginning to sound like
so that the momentum is the one that will motivate the party member to
Mr.
victory.
Patrick, you're beginning to sound like an APC member.
No, I'm not an APC member. I'm telling you that he's doing his job as a party man. He's the number one representation of APC. He's the one leading them. He's the number one man for APC. All APC members are looking up to the president. So you don't expect him to come out and say that APC will not. It's now left for Nigerians to decide. That is, Nigerians will decide if APC, if they've performed in office, if they have mayor up to that level, and the president says something that APC is lucky to have Tinubu. That is their internal things. If
now
let's
Ribadu says we have the most sellable products in the market.
No Ribadu, according to an APC member. So all this thing is they are. I've told you several times that as we inch close to 2023 election, a lot of things will be coming up, a lot of sweet talk per se, as in will be and these are politicians. Politicians are doing their job.
Those political parties who want to be in the media.
Yes, at all costs. So you don't. They are marketing their product, which is APC, which is Tinubu. They will have to market. They will be. None of them will come out and say that Tinubu is not sellable. Is not. Everybody will keep. As all APC members, they will keep marketing him, keep telling us the sweet things about him. Fine, is accepted, is norm in a political setting, in a political period like this. It's now left for Nigerians to decide. Maybe they accept what President Buhari said or Nuhu Ribadu said. Nigeria will decide in 2023 general election. But beyond all these things, we want to hear. Nigeria want to hear what is Tinubu bringing to the table. Let him talk. What is he bringing to the table?
The Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN) says we have not endorsed Tinubu.
Which is the normal.
What is the strength of that
statement? There are some insinuations in some quarters that this their Muslim ticket of a thing is bringing a lot of a lot of speculations. That there was a time that we during the unveiling of Shettima a few months ago, this bishop saga, the fake bishop saga. After that, the presidential candidate of APC met some the Christian Association of Nigeria, their northern chapter. He met them where he told them that he doesn't have any hidden agenda as far as religion is concerned, that he settled for Shettima based on necessity, based on his competence, that nothing so he has been trying to explain as in his motive for choosing Shettima, for settling down for a Muslim vice president. And there was a rumor also over the couple of days that the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria has finally endorsed Tinubu. So I think that now that the PFN is now coming out to say that they've debunked that rumor, that has settled it. I think as we inch close to the election, we will see a lot of this thing coming.
But do you see that statement carrying a lot of weight?
It's not. Yes, it's not. I will be surprised if
Pentecostal yes, have quite